Attack the Block came out in 2011. Directed by Joe Cornish, it's a British sci-fi comedy horror film that, while not a commercial success upon its release, garnered a lot of attention over time and significantly impacted John Boyega's acting career. The story is set in South London and follows a teenage gang who must defend their apartment block from an alien invasion. Yep, it's really that simple. It's simplistic and it allows the film to have fun, but it surprises everyone when you actually see the deeper, intentionally placed themes that make this movie more interesting. You'll soon learn that there's multiple lessons to be learned here. With a production budget of approximately $13 million, Attack the Block only grossed around $6.2 million worldwide. In the UK, it opened in third place during its debut weekend, trailing behind major blockbusters like Thor and Fast 5. In North America, the film had a limited release, peaking at only 66 theaters and earned just over $1 million. Attack the Block marked John Boyega's film debut, where he played the lead role of Moses.
I'm killing that. Watch.
His performance received widespread praise, establishing him as a promising talent in the film industry. This role was instrumental in launching his career, leading to his casting as Finn in the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Boyega has acknowledged that his role in Attack the Block was pivotal, stating that it was the moment he realized he was on the right track as an actor. The film has since then become kind of like a classic, and its growing popularity has led to the development of a sequel, which, with both Cornish and Boyega returning. Cornish made those comments about Attack the Block 2 at Emerald City Comic Con 2025. So with wishful thinking, I'm hoping that they can get this released by 2027, maybe 2028 at the latest. Now, as far as how this movie became a classic, let me explain. The reason is because it was greatly unappreciated at the time of its release, and also overshadowed by the big releases at the time. So now that John Boyega is a Hollywood star, people have come back to see where he started. I have no idea how my parents found out about the movie. They thought it was hilarious, so that's how I found out.
Get that switch, get the strap, don't give a fuck.
And it actually ended up being a pretty nostalgic memory for me seeing that movie again. Sort of reminds me of Gremlins, but people have come back to see where he started, and what they find is a hidden gem. But this wouldn't just become a classic for no reason, it had to earn it. And here's how. Number one is its themes. It challenges stereotypes of inner city youth by showing their resourcefulness, loyalty, and complexity. It displays how youth culture in urbanized or marginalized communities can be easily villainized or oversimplified, especially by mainstream media. For example, the film opens up with a mugging, forcing viewers to initially judge the characters as criminals, but over time we see their humanity and courage, flipping the narrative on what heroism looks like. It critiques how media and society demonize these communities, especially in urban areas.
Are you sure no one's here?
Yeah,
Who do you live with?
just my uncle.
Where's he?
Comes and goes. Goes mostly.
You got a little brother?
No?
How old are you?
15.
This movie beautifully shows redemption and growth. Moses' arc is a redemption story. He starts as a delinquent and becomes a protector. By the end, he's willing to sacrifice himself for the block, showing maturity, leadership, and responsibility.
How'd you know that woman?
We met earlier. He mugged me.
That part I believe.
That true? You robbed that woman?
Heroes. 5 of you and a knife against 1 woman. Fuck off.
Blade, you're such a waste. Why is it always trouble with you? Why is it always someone getting robbed or beaten up or someone getting arrested?
Listen.
And we could continue to pick apart this movie and find themes, but these were the ones that stood out to me. And it does a great job at handling these themes in an hour and 20 minutes. This movie is that short.
You're pest. Give me that ring.
Man, that's ours. It's worth bare pee, man.
Give it.
Thanks.
The whole time you're interested and having a good time and just completely entertained. Then there's the cinematography. So the movie has this like urban night aesthetic. It's dark, got gritty lighting, and reflects like the realism of inner city life while amplifying the alien horror. The film mostly takes place at night and uses street lights, fluorescent lighting, and interiors, and it just gives it this raw, grounded feeling, very different from normal alien Hollywood films. And cinematographer Thomas Townend used a lot of naturalistic lighting to make the block feel like a real lived-in space. So the shots often use like the architecture of the building, so the stairwells, narrow hallways, elevators, to create this sense of like entrapment and vertical movement, and it just intensifies the chase scenes so much. When I rewatched this, I was actually pretty tense for some of these moments. The color palette and contrast, the creatures are pitch black with glowing blue teeth. This creates like a high contrast, making them visually striking, like kind of cool, especially in low light, because you never really get a clear view, a clear image of what they look like. Then the consistent blue/green hues across the film create a moody, almost claustrophobic tone, and it draws you more into the fear and chaos of the block. But the creature design and practical effects, the cinematography helps hide the budget. Rather than showing too much of the creatures, it uses a shadow and silhouette to make them scarier and more mysterious. And the creature design is like really simple but so terrifying. The aliens are jet black, fur covered with glowing neon blue teeth. On paper, that doesn't really sound like it would make for like a cool looking, scary looking alien, but it really does, especially the neon blue teeth add to that alien feeling. And actually their design avoided the need for expensive CGI. They were brought to life by men in suits, and you can't really tell. And then they enhance it with like little digital touches, creating a believable physical presence on screen. The creatures weren't designed to look hyper realistic, they were designed to look cool and iconic, and they definitely are. Their surreal, exaggerated look fits the tone of the film. Part horror, part sci-fi, part street level action, part comedy, because they did throw some pretty good jokes in here.
Easy kill.
You don't see every detail, you just see the spikes coming out their fur that just makes it even creepier. And with that small budget of only around $13 million, they focused on what they had wisely, I'd say. They used practical gore and explosions, fireworks, practical injuries, and creature attacks. I'm really glad they focused on like just puppetry and suit design over relying on special effects or CGI. Sometimes you get a little bit of alien vibes, sometimes you get a little bit of the Gremlin vibes from this movie, and sometimes you get a feeling like the movie The Thing. And as of May 2025, Attack the Block 2 does not have an official release date. The sequel is currently in development with writer and director Joe Cornish and star John Boyega actively involved in crafting the story. Boyega has confirmed that a new draft of the script has been completed and expressed his enthusiasm about returning to his role as Moses. And Cornish has indicated that the sequel will reflect the passage of time since the original film, focusing on Moses as an adult. And yeah, they definitely have to focus on him as an adult because he doesn't look the same as he did in that movie. He is much older now. He emphasized the importance of taking the time to develop a quality story, stating, "My rule for what makes a good sequel is to make a good film." And I'm really glad to hear that, so he can possibly make this as good as the first, because we all know the sequels never do as good as the first, but I got some faith. Fans can look forward to a sequel that aims to build the original's classic status with a thoughtful and evolved narrative.